What's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday evening. What's going on, gang? What's going on? What's good? What's up, guys? My TTG fam, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I hope everyone is good and enjoyed themselves and are ready to get back down to business and make some money here today or coming up on this week. What's up? Who do we got here joining me here today, guys? Let's see. What do we got? My TGD fam, my crew. What's up? Johnny B, Sean Miller, Raisin King, 2% a day, Glenny Trades, Wendy Fonseca, Charles Memphis. Man, I love seeing so many same faces. So many of the same faces. Man, you guys are putting in such tremendous work. You guys are putting in such tremendous work. Willard, Johnny B, Greg Vaughn, JD, Chef Daddy, Cancel Jockey, R. Hirsch, my brother. What's up, my man? Small caps in the house, as always. Casey Hope, Trey Heat, Jay Trader. Yo, Smoke! What up, Smoke? What up, my man? Frank Barajas, what's going on? Oscar P's in the house. Bullet, Ted Burns. Yo, my boy Fresh. Jake B, Nick Lowry says it's Mike and TTG time. You know it. You know it. Lady Bird, Mark NJ, Gabrielle, Fernando, Steve, Carrie Franklin, what's up? Dana Erickson, Nick Sortino. Man, we got a full house tonight, guys. Nick Chu, Roost State, we got a full house tonight. Dutch Maiden and Willis. Renzo, I'm good, man. Renzo, I'm good. I can't complain. OG Khan, Chris Swagger, Jonathan Hall, Ted Donnie, Mitch Mitchell, Freddie Sanchez. Yo, Richie Scalia, what's up, my man? Doodle. Doodle, what's up? What's up, everybody? How was everybody's weekend? Everybody have a nice weekend? We had a nice weekend? I hope so, man. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. It kind of puts us in the right state of mind. I like to kind of like unwind when I like on my Sunday nights. I just want to tell you guys that kind of like something that I like to do on my Sundays. It kind of helps get me prepared for the week. And that's why I just come on and I stream with you guys on Sunday nights, because it's like it's kind of like my own like process on Sundays. Like when I get myself ready for the week, it's like I'll get myself ready. I go on and I pull up my charting software, my TC2000. I start to go through a couple of stocks, and stocks that were on my watch list last week that maybe a specific trade that I was looking for to happen did not necessarily trigger, but still was a really nice looking setup. And maybe I was just, a little early on that setup. So I'll go and I'll take another look and I'll see what the stocks are doing. And then I always, take a quick look at the futures market. I check news headlines. Because I'm not glued. I'm not like, I'm not really checking stock market headlines like on Saturday or like, early on Sunday. It's like, but once we get into, like Sunday evening is really when I'll start to kind of get myself ready for the week. And I like to go back through some charts, and like when I have stocks on my watch list, specifically I'm talking about mid and large cap stocks for this part of my process. Because the small caps, come and go. Small caps are, a small cap might be in play one day because of a press release, and then you'll never hear the ticker symbol ever again. But if I have a particular setup, like on a mid cap or a large cap or a small cap that actually has a better setup or a more or a bigger following, I should say, I'll keep it on my watch list, even if that trade doesn't necessarily trigger. Let's say, for example, I'm looking at, I don't know, if I'm looking at a reverse head and shoulders pattern. I'm looking at Apple to break out of reverse head. I'm just making that up, just using it as an example. And let's say I like the setup and it's on my watch list on Friday, but the pattern that trade doesn't necessarily trigger, but it's still very, very much intact. And what I'll end up doing is I'll keep that exact same trade idea on watch for Monday, because sometimes your timing is just a little bit off. I mean, it could be a really good trade idea, but maybe your timing is just off by a day. Maybe it's off by 2 days. And as long as that chart setup, that was the reason why it was on my watch list in the first place, as long as that chart setup is still intact, it will stay on my watch list. So I like to kind of go back. I like to kind of review some charts. I like to kind of go back over my support resistance levels on a lot of these stocks and on a lot of these setups, because I like to know the support and resistance levels on these particular stocks like that. Like I like being able to have a conversation with somebody. Let's say you and I are having a conversation right now, and without looking at a chart, I want to know what my support resistance levels are on the SPY. I want to know what my support resistance levels are on Apple, Roku, Boeing, Beyond Meat, Tesla, AMD, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever the stocks are that are on your watch list, whatever the stocks are that you're paying attention to, I want to know what those stocks are doing. I want to know those levels. I want to know them like the back of my hand. So, I kind of like to like shut the TV off. I kind of like, no Instagram, no Facebook, none of that, and just kind of, get into it and dive in with a lot of my chart setups. And that's how I just get myself ready for Monday, and I take a look and see what the futures market's doing. I take a look, okay, are there any geopolitical headlines? Are there any, macroeconomic headlines that happened over the weekend that are changing sentiment in the markets, and that can maybe sway one of my trade ideas that were on my watch list one way or the other, if it's a bullish or bearish setup. If there's maybe a macro level catalyst that can work in my favor on that day. And that's kind of what I do on my Sunday evenings. And now for the last, several months, I've been live streaming with you guys, going over and sharing that outlook with you and kind of what I think and what I expect to have happen going into this week. As we are starting this live stream, the futures market is down slightly, but that's coming after a big move that we had the last 2 days, coming out of a picture perfect reverse head and shoulders pattern on the SPY. This is a setup and this is a chart pattern that we talked a lot about last week. I did a lot of live streams last week talking to you about this reverse head and shoulders pattern, and that setup triggered perfectly. And now the stage is set for a continued bullish run off of stimulus. If we can actually get some clarity and some definitiveness on stimulus, the stage is set and the runway is set to go back and retest all-time highs. Now, you do have a sharp increase in COVID cases. You have places are starting to shut down. I think Toronto is starting to close down again. New York is placing restrictions back on. New Jersey just had their largest single daily case number since May. So you are getting these COVID cases that are starting to spike. And up until this week, and I think you're going to see a much bigger spike this week in a lot of these states. I think it's just going to start. You're going to start to really get that acceleration on the new case front. But as long as we can get some stimulus, I think that the market can still move higher, even though we get that increase in case numbers. What you have to be careful of is paying attention to New York, Texas, Florida, California, Illinois, some of your bigger market and bigger economy states. If the governors there just start putting mandatory shutdowns back on stuff, you guys have to pay attention to that, because that would be a nightmare again if we do start to just go down that road. And that's kind of seems like the path that we may be heading in some of those states that I just mentioned. So, those are news headlines that we're going to want to pay attention to after we get the stimulus, because what I think is actually very possible of happening this week I think what's very possible happening this week is that the beginning of the week, we can maybe continue to push higher off of stimulus hopes and stimulus progress and maybe some clarity on some details regarding stimulus. But then if you start to get case numbers really start to accelerate and you start to get governors in some bigger market states, New Jersey, New York, California, Florida, Texas, you know, Florida, I don't think so. I mean, Florida, they're. I think they. If correct me if I'm wrong, I think they've lifted all restrictions. But if you start to get some more forced shutdowns, then maybe you can have a situation where early in the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the markets continue to push higher as we get more positive headlines around stimulus, and maybe we actually get a definitive piecemeal stimulus. Like maybe we get the $1,200 checks, maybe we get the $25 billion for airlines, maybe we get some PPP, maybe we get some unemployment benefits extended, maybe we get some clarity on some stimulus, and that can push the markets back to retest that all-time high area. And then maybe we get Governor Cuomo putting lockdown or whatever, Governor Newsom putting a lockdown on some major market states. And then that Thursday, Friday can then suck that wind right back out of the markets. And that could potentially put in for us a double top. And the double top in the markets is what I want you guys to be paying attention to this week. That is what we're going to be talking about here on this live stream. It's going to be stimulus, okay? We're going to talk about the bullish argument on the market regarding stimulus. Then we're going to talk about the bearish market, the bearish argument on the markets regarding the large increase in cases and the potential of having, some major markets like California, New York, potentially going back to mandatory lockdown. Okay. So just, these are the headlines that you're going to want to be paying attention to. We're going to talk about the technical levels on both scenarios. We're going to talk about the difference of the bullish setup and the bear setup. And I think that we actually could have a trade here where we could be bullish in the first half of the week, bearish in the second half of the week. And if we stick that double top, then that puts us in a position of volatility going into the election, which is just a couple of weeks away. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about coming into this week. A lot to discuss. Small caps have also been treating me very, very well. I have been trading small caps a lot lately. Okay, we had a monster week last week trading small caps. We had PPSI was like a 42 and a 73% gain. I traded that twice in one day. You had AGE was like a 40-something% gain and a 23% gain. You had GME was a 31% gain. You had AREC was a 29% gain. We had a lot of really good action in small caps last week, and I'm going to still ride that going into this week. So I'm still going to have focus on small caps because they've treated me really, really well last week. I mean, we had a big week last week trading small caps. A lot of members that are joining me on this live stream, I see some of your names. I see some of your names there as well. We also crushed pot stocks, silver, and U.S. Steel. Okay, we had a real diverse week last week. The wolf destroyed pot stocks, destroyed silver, destroyed U.S. Steel, ticker symbol X. And then I was just trading all the small caps. We had a very, very diverse week last week. Okay, last week was a big week for traders that focused on the cannabis sector. It was a huge week for traders that focused on small caps. It was a huge week for traders that focused on options by means of trading First Majestic Silver, AG, trading silver, and then trading ticker symbol X, which is U.S. Steel. So you could have just taken your pick of what you guys wanted to trade last week. And that's one of the key things that I like to focus on is I always teach everybody about diversity, right? I always teach everybody about diversity, where I teach all of our members to be diverse traders. Don't just be a one-trick pony. Okay. Don't just be a one-trick pony. Don't only trade small caps. Okay. Be able to trade small caps when they're in play and the opportunity presents itself, which is what I did all week. I traded small caps all week last week because they were giving me tremendous opportunity. I was getting good follow through and I was ripping those things to shreds. Okay. But now coming into this week, maybe if small caps are slower, I want to make sure that I have, I want to make sure that I have identified opportunities elsewhere in other sectors of the market, so that as a trader, when one sector cools off, or if one sector is choppy and another sector heats up and gives you really good follow through, you're able to shift your attention, shift your focus, and be able to capitalize on that opportunity. That's what being a consistently profitable trader is all about. Okay. You want to give yourself the best possible chance of consistency, then you need to be able to identify opportunity in multiple places. That way you can follow the money flow. You can follow the opportunity. Sometimes you guys will see me, I won't trade a single large cap, or I won't trade a single option in an entire week. Other times you won't see me touch a single small cap in an entire week if the SPY is moving around 3, 4, 5, 6 points in a single day, because I'm following the opportunity. I'm following momentum. I'm following direction. I don't like to get myself involved in situations where markets are choppy, and that can be small caps. It can be large caps. It can be an earnings season. It can be a consolidation area on the buy where I don't think I'm going to get direction. I like to trade direction. I'm a traditional day trader that focuses on catching a larger piece of a stock's move intraday. I'm not a scalper. I'm not in and out within seconds. Okay, my day trades last mostly several minutes to mostly several hours long. I'm holding on to positions for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours long throughout the course of the trading day, capitalizing on a directional move. So I don't like to put myself in situations where I think we're going to be choppy. Okay, some traders like choppy. Some traders like to trade ranges. Other traders like to trade direction. I like to trade direction. So for me, it's important to be able to identify opportunity in small caps when it exists, but also be able to identify opportunity in broader markets, large caps, options, mid caps. We have earnings next week as well. That could also give us a nice little spin on some other things that that could potentially kind of give us another bit of a boost with maybe some possible stimulus talks. So there's a lot going on next week that we're going to talk about, guys. So I want to just, a quick congratulations to all of our members. I know we have a lot. I see some of your usernames that are typing away here on the live stream. A lot of you, I know, are TGT members, and a lot of you messaged me this week and had some really good wins. And had some really good stats last week. So congratulations to those of you that caught AREC, PPSI, AGE, GME. Congratulations to all of you that caught those. Also, congratulations to all of you that caught any of the pot stocks with the Wolf. US Steel, Silver was a big week last week for us. So congratulations to all of you. Now, if you had a big week last week, okay, which many TGD members did, if you had a big week last week, do not, okay, or even if you had a bad week last week, whether you had a good week or a bad week, do not bring that into the following week with you. This is a brand new week, brand new opportunities, could potentially be brand new sentiment, could potentially be brand new focus. Okay. And this is what I mean by being a diverse trader. You want to be able to just shift, okay, if one sector gets hot, one sector gets cold. All right. So we're going to talk all about that here on this live stream. I want to thank all you guys for joining me here on this beautiful Sunday evening. Hope you guys are excited to talk shop and figure out how we're going to make some money this week. We are streaming right now live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So welcome all of those different social media channels. If you are brand new, you guys, it's your very first time joining me on one of these live streams, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm always doing live streams, Q&As, free educational content for you guys. So you got to want to make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, make sure you never miss out on any other one of these live streams, because I'm dropping constant golden nuggets for you guys on these streams. Okay, some really helpful educational stuff. It's all free here on the YouTube channel. And like I said, or we are streaming across those other social media platforms. Also, guys, real quick, share this video on your own social media channels. We'll get as many traders in here as we can to help as many as we can, all right? We're going to start off this live stream same way we do every live stream, and that is with a blanket Q&A session, okay? Go ahead, guys, fire away. I'm going to give some time for people to log on to the stream, and then we're going to get things underway. We're going to talk about how we're going to make some money this week. So for the next 20 minutes or so, guys, fire away, ask me questions. The floor is yours. Sean Estelle, do you see WWR becoming a play this week? No. Um, no, not really. WWR, I think WWR had a chance on Friday with its gap up. I think it had a chance on Friday with its gap up. Like I actually talked about this where I thought if WWR was going to like get itself back above $10, okay, if it was going to get back above $10, then I think this did have a chance to kind of get itself back in play. It looks like it's really trying to really hold in here. It's really trying to find some type of support after that pullback. I haven't seen anything yet, guys, on WWR that really makes me feel like this stock is going to give you another play here. I think that you probably have a lot of bag holders here from, 10, 11, 12, $13. And if you are a bag holder on this and this thing gives you any type of a bounce back, I think you've got to get out of it and cut your loss. The one thing that is working in your favor, okay, is trade line support on the daily chart and the volume. So you had tremendous volume on the way up and then very, very, very light volume on that pullback. So that is working in your favor. I would have much rather have seen like $9 or some, a stronger support level. I would have rather seen it kind of hold a little bit earlier than see this pull all the way back to 7. But it did hold. Listen, it did hold that trade line. I think if this thing gets below 7, I just don't see it coming back to life. If 7 holds and the stock gets back over 10, then you have a chance of another squeeze. All right. But I haven't seen anything yet to make me feel like we're going to get that type of action. Now, listen, that can change on Monday. Okay. Monday we can, trade up to $9.75, $10. And now I'll say, okay, now the chart is starting to look like we've got a decent looking setup here. And maybe now the stock could give you some type of action. But so far, or right now, looking at this chart, I don't really see anything that makes me want to have this stock even, a focal point for me coming into the week, unless we do get some type of gap up tomorrow that brings it or that warrants the attention. Jane Papino says, how do you keep your watch list manageable, not too many and or relevant? So this is a topic I've discussed often on the streams, and I'll go over it again with you guys on how I form and develop my watch list. So when I'm creating a watch list, guys, what I do is I go over and I'll do leading gappers on the morning. What are the stocks that are gapping up the most? What are the stocks that are gapping down the most? And then once I have that list of stocks, I want to see which ones have above average volume, like which ones are trading like 10 times their average volume pre-market with that gap up. And that's what I'll look for. Once I, let's say the leading gappers, maybe there's 10 stocks, okay, or maybe there's 15 or 20 stocks that are like, up more than 20% on the day or up more than 15% on the day, and I'll take a look at all those stocks and I'll say, okay, well, which ones have above average volume? Those stay on the list. The ones that are trading 20,000, 50,000 shares, I'm not interested in that. Those start to get moved either off the list or they get moved down the list. And the ones that do have the higher than average volume get moved up the list and they get prioritized. Then once I have that, I say, okay, well, what's the catalyst? What's the reason for this gap up? What's the reason for this trading action? What's the reason for this volume? And the ones that have a strong fundamental catalyst that warrants this type of action pre-market get prioritized. They get moved up the list. Maybe they have, they just released clinical data on a phase 2 study for a breast cancer drug, and it was positive. So that stock gets moved to the top of the list. Maybe they just received a $30 million contract with the U.S. government. That gets them moved up the list. But then maybe you have a stock that's gapping up and it's not really any strong fundamental catalyst. Maybe there isn't a fundamental catalyst. Maybe it's a sympathy play to something else and it's just gapping up because it has a low flow. It's got 1 million or 2 million share float and it's jumping on day traders' radar. That's a stock that I'll pay a little bit less attention to than the ones that have that fundamental catalyst. So these are all the steps and stages that I go through that narrows down my focus on my watch list. Now that I've narrowed it down that much further now, I'll go and I'll say, okay, of the stocks that are leading gappers, above average trading volume, have a strong fundamental catalyst. Now I say, what's the daily chart look like? What's the weekly chart look like? What is my setup on the chart? Where's my support levels? Where's my resistance levels? Where's my major moving averages? What's the chart pattern that I'm looking at here? Is there maybe let's say maybe the 5 or 6 stocks that I'm looking at now that have made it to the priority part of my watch list, maybe 3 of them are gapping up, but they're still beneath a major resistance level. Okay, well, in that case, those are stocks that might start to move down the list a little bit. And then you might have 3 stocks that all met that prior criteria that maybe are gapping above a major resistance level. Those get moved to the top of my list as I can now look for that previous resistance to become an area of support. Mr. Magoo says, Mike, can I get your version of getting confirmation on a stock, knowing when to get in? That's a really loaded question, Mr. Magoo. That's a really loaded question. The best way for me to answer that question on what is my version of confirmation, volume is going to be your best indicator. Volume is going to be your best indicator on confirmation, whether it's confirmation on. So let me do this 2 ways. Okay. I'll give you confirmation on a support level has held. I'll give you a confirmation that a resistance level has broken. Okay. Because those are the two most common times that you're going to be looking for some type of confirmation, right? So, and they're going to be 2 different things. One's going to be volume. One's going to be price action. So let me first start with when a support level has held. What's my confirmation when a support level is held? That's going to be based mostly on price action. Volume will help. Okay, so you're going to want to use price action and volume on your confirmation that a support level is held. I like to look for strong support levels, not weak support levels. Now, the difference, a support level can hold 2 different ways. A support level can hold because there's aggressive buying that steps in front of that support level that very quickly pushes the price of the stock higher. Then you can have a support level hold not because there's aggressive buying, but rather the selling pressure has in fact slowed down. You're not getting the aggressive buying, but the selling has slowed. And that's when you get a stock comes down to a support level. It doesn't quickly get off of it. It just kind of sits on it. And then, yeah, the support level is holding, but it's holding not because there's aggressive buyers at that level. The support level is holding because the selling pressure has slowed down. Now, I like to position myself in front of support levels where there's aggressive buying. Okay. I think you have a much greater chance of a support level holding and getting follow through off of that level when you get the aggressive buying support level hold rather than the selling pressure slow down. Okay. So what I like to look for is, let's say $5 is a key area of support that I'm looking at on the daily chart. And let's say company, comes out with a press release, they gap up to 560, they've got above average volume, there's a good fundamental catalyst, great. The stock pulls in off of 560 off the opening bell, we go right down to $5. We get down to $5. As soon as we get to $5, the stock shoots right back to 525. And I'm talking like we come down, touch 5, bang, we're right back off of it. That's going to be a sign of aggressive buying pressure. Aggressive buying pressure is going to give you the confirmation that you need. And then also, if you see an increase in volume on that move higher, that's all the confirmation that you need, that's a strong support level. And that's now gives you a signal that you can buy in front of that level confidently. Okay. So when you have that now, but typically that's going to happen quickly, Mr. Magoo, and anybody, I'm sure there's a lot of people that actually have this same question. That's going to happen very quickly. So this is why the pre-market game plan and the analysis is very important, because in order for you to identify, okay, you need to already be looking for $5 to be support. If you're not looking for $5 to be support, that price action may not be enough to give you a buy signal or to say, okay, you know what, this is a good looking setup, I'm going to buy the stock. That's because you may not have identified $5 as a potential support level. So when I'm looking for, okay, I think this is going to be a support level, I'm looking for things that confirm my thesis. And when I get a stock that pulls into that level and very quickly gets off of it, I don't want a lazy stock. I want an active stock. I don't want a lazy stock. I don't want a stock that comes down to that support level and sits. I don't want that. I want a stock that comes down and goes, oh, hot lava, gets right off that level, and the stock just pops right back off that level, increase in volume. That's my confirmation. I'll buy in front of that level all day long when I get that price action. That's confirmation that a support level has held. Confirmation that a resistance level has broken. Two different things you're looking at there. Again, we can be talking about price action, and also, but in this situation, the volume is going to be more important. So when you're looking at the support level confirmation, the price action is going to be more important than the volume. When you're looking at a breakthrough resistance, the volume is going to be more important than the price action. So in order for a stock to break through a resistance level, what is a resistance level? A resistance level is an area where there's a lot more sell orders than there are buy orders. Okay, there's a lot of sell orders there. So that's why there's a lot of stock for sale. The stock has a hard time getting through that price because there's so many people that are selling their shares at that price level. So in order for all of those sell orders to be satisfied, you are going to need an increase in trading volume to fill all of those orders. If there's 2 million shares for sale at a specific price level, then you are going to make sure that you're going to need millions of shares to get through and satisfy those sell orders. So when you're looking for, let's say now you're saying, okay, $8 is a key level of resistance. I'm just using numbers, random numbers as an example. Let's say $8 is a key level of resistance. And a stock gets that $8 level and it breaks through 8. Now let's say it gets to 8.10, 8.15, 8.20. You're saying, okay, we're through that resistance level, but what's the volume look like? The stronger the volume that comes in on that move through 8, the more confirmation you can have that that level has broken, okay? Just because a stock pushes through a level, like you're saying $8 is resistance, just because it gets to 8.10, 8.12, 8.15 does not mean that level is broken. That stock can climb its way to 8.10, 12, 15, not give you that increase in volume. There's still a lot of people sitting there trying to sell their shares. They step in, they're selling. All of a sudden, the stock drops back to 760 before you can blink your eyes. So you're going to want to look for that strong increase in volume to give you confidence and confirmation that that level is broken. So now, obviously, there are certain chart patterns and certain setups that will confirm or deny certain scenarios where a support level is holding or a resistance level has been broken. So there's a lot of other factors that are going to go into this decision, like other indicators, momentum, other chart patterns and setups. So it's not just this black and white. But to answer your question, I hope this does answer your question. I hope this does help for a lot of you that struggle with this confirmation word and how to identify it. I hope this helps. Okay. What are my thoughts on AMD and Xilinx rumors? AMD is rumored to buy Xilinx, XLNX. Um, I think it would. I think it would be fantastic for AMD. I think it would be great for AMD. I would not be surprised if that deal goes through. As of right now, it's just rumors, unless something happened over the weekend that I haven't heard yet. But as of Friday, it was rumors. Um, and we don't know. We don't really know if Xilinx CEO is going to be ready to sell. The timing of it might be poor. I think it's a great acquisition for AMD. If AMD is able to pull off this acquisition and buy Xilinx, I think it's a great acquisition for them. But I think that XLNX is at a point in their development, and this is just from listening to the CEO. The CEO seems very, very excited about the future of the company, and it kind of feels like the company has reached a milestone lately with their technology, and they're excited to kind of get the what is going to be like the next chapter of that company's development and maturity underway. And sometimes when you have a CEO that's passionate like that, that feels like they're just about to like they're about to crest over like the hump, where things really start to then roll downhill for them instead of that dreaded, growth and slow uphill climb. But when you get over the crest, and so to speak, and you kind of momentum starts to catch, sometimes those CEOs really don't like to sell. So the offer would have to be pretty enticing, which would be more of a negative. If AMD has to overpay for that acquisition, you could see a pullback in the stock in the near term. But I do think it's a great acquisition for AMD if they are able to pull it off. I think it puts AMD. I've been saying for the last year, more than that now, actually, that I think that AMD. I've been for the last 2 years. AMD is one of my favorite companies. I love AMD, guys. I love the CEO. I love the CEO. And this is a company that I've been saying that I think is a baby NVIDIA. I think it's a baby NVIDIA. AMD is at the stage today where I feel like NVIDIA was like 3 or 4 years ago. NVIDIA is now a $500 stock, whatever. This is like NVIDIA when it was below 100. AMD now in the 80s. In March when it dropped into the 40s, I told everybody, guys, I think this is a $150 stock within 3 years. And within less than 1 year, it's already to 85. I think I'm very bullish on AMD. I'm very bullish on AMD's futures. It's one of my bigger holdings in my long-term portfolio. It's not quite as big as my top holdings. Like my top holdings are Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft. Those are my biggest holdings. But AMD and NVIDIA are right behind them. Okay, they're right behind them. So I think it'll do wonders for the company if they can pull off that acquisition. So we'll have to just wait and see. It's rumors as of now, but we'll have to wait to see if we get some further details on it. No, Kenneth, there's not. So Kenneth says, Mike, is there any pre-market due diligence you can do to see if a company will have an offering that same morning or not? No, there's not. Now, what people are going to say to you is, well, if they have a shelf registration, if they've got a shelf filed, then that means they're getting ready to do an offering. Okay, that means they're getting ready to do an offering, but there's no way for you to know, that they're planning on raising money, but there's no way of you ever knowing when that's going to happen. There's no way for you to ever know when that's going to happen. When I see something like that, I'll just be very, very hesitant holding on to any of those positions overnight. Okay, I'll be very hesitant holding on to any of those positions overnight. But there's no way, there's nothing that you can do that you're going to be able to say, oh, hold on, they're going to do an offering today. Nothing you can do. That's just the risk of the markets. Taj Makulu says, Mike, I know your favorite setups are the THD triangle, the trade line view, a crossover, and the double bottom gap up. But what kind of setup do you find is making the most impact on your P&L? It's all of those. I mean, they wouldn't be my favorite if they weren't impacting my P&L the most. Like, it's not my favorite chart pattern just because like I like the way it looks on the chart, you know? I mean, I find those setups to be, for me, what I look for when I'm looking for setups, my favorite setups are based on consistency, statistical probability, and consistency on that statistical probability. That's what trading is all about. Okay. Trading is not necessarily even about being right or wrong. It's about identifying high probability patterns and setups and putting yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again with good risk management. That's trading. Okay. There's no pattern, there's no indicator, there's no style, there's no strategy, there's no setup, there's no chart pattern that works 100% of the time. It does not exist. Don't look for it. You're going to waste your entire life away looking for that setup or looking for that style and strategy, and that's going to cause you to bounce around from strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy, and that's going to cause you to pass on a lot of really good strategies that actually could have worked beautifully for you and helped you to become a consistently profitable trader, but you're never going to give one of those strategies a chance because you're going to consistently always be looking for something better. And if you're looking for something perfect, you're never going to find it. There is not a single thing about trading that's perfect. Trading is the most imperfect trading is probably the most imperfect profession you could possibly do. It does not exist for you to find something that works 100% of the time, so don't look for it. So when I'm looking for, like, what are my favorite setups? My favorite setups are based on statistical probability. It's just like poker, okay? Now, for those of you that know how to play poker, if you get dealt pocket aces pre-flop, okay, that is statistically your highest probability of winning the hand. But that does not mean that you are guaranteed to win that hand. Now, it gives you the highest probability, so you're going to play that hand every single time you get it, but you're not going to win every single time you play it. Same thing applies to the TTG triangle, the trade line view up crossover, that double bottom gap up, which is also a trade line view up crossover setup. Like, these patterns and these setups are my favorite that I like to look for and that I like to trade because of the statistical probability on them. They are my pocket aces. They are my setups where when I see them, I say, this is the highest probability setup that I can possibly find. I'm going to put myself on that side of probability and I'm going to stick to my stop loss. Now, the highest probability setups that you can possibly find trading, they're not going to be 100%. They're not going to be 90%. Shit, they're not going to be 80%. The highest probability chart pattern you can find is probably going to put you in a 70 to 75% statistical probability that after this setup forms, you're going to get this price action to follow. Those are the best quality setups that you're going to find. Those are your A+ setups. So that means that 25 to 30% of the time, even the pocket aces are going to lose. And you just can't allow yourself on that 25 to 30% to get hurt. That's why you stick to your stop loss. You do not constantly average down your position. You don't just hold on to it, hope and pray. You stick to your stop loss. You take your loss, you exit, and you move on to find your next 70 to 75% skill probability setup. Nobody truly knows what stock is going to do. Any trader that tells you, oh, I knew the stock was going to do that, you are so full of shit. No, you didn't, because there's not a single trader on this planet Earth. If I said to you, I've used this analogy a lot before. If someone said to me, Mike, are you willing to bet your entire net worth that you know the answer to what is 2 plus 2? I would say, yes, this is going to be the easiest net worth double of my life. The answer is 4. And I can do that and take that bet because I know with 100% certainty that 2 plus 2 is 4. But if you said to me, Mike, are you willing to bet your entire net worth that Apple goes back to 120 before it goes back to 110? Even if I think Apple's going to go to 120 before it goes to 110. Even if I'm 99% sure it's going to go to 120 before it goes to 110, there's not a trader on this planet Earth that's going to take that bet because they don't know for 100% certainty that it's going to do that. They have an idea, and that idea is based on statistical probability. That idea is based on setups. That idea is based on technical analysis and charting to say, okay, if I've seen this chart set up 1,000 times, 750 of times, okay, the stock's gone higher. Okay, so that's when a trader is going to say, yeah, I'm long. I think it's going to 120, but there's not a single trader up there. There's not a single trader out there that exists that's going to take that bet. Okay, so that's why those setups are my favorite. All right. All right, guys, cool. So that just about does it for our Q&A. I gave plenty of time for people to join us here today. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to dive into kind of the meat and potatoes here, the main potatoes here of our live stream, which we're going to be talking about market outlook for the week. I'm going to be talking to you guys kind of a general overview on the small cap market and what my thoughts are on small caps. And where my focus is going to be, and what I'm looking for in the small cap market to continue, which was a huge week for me last week in small caps. Now moving forward here to this week, I'm looking for some more action on small caps. I'll talk to you guys what I think about that as well. But then we're going to get into the overall markets. We're going to talk about the possibility of us testing all-time highs, and then based on stimulus hopes. And then we're going to talk about the possibility of us double topping at all-time highs as cases continue to increase, and you may have the possibility of getting maybe a New York or a California goes back into a semi-lockdown type of mode, forcing businesses to close again, and then that would bring markets back down, and that can give you a potential double top in the overall market. So we're going to talk about that on this live stream here as well. Before we do get things started, before I get into that, guys, I want everyone to just take a quick second, and you guys know the drill. Do me a favor, guys, smash that like button right now. Show me how much you guys appreciate these live streams that I'm on here on a Sunday night at 9:20 p.m. Eastern time with you guys every Sunday, going over kind of the outlook to help get you better prepared on the week, okay? To help get you better prepared, know where the opportunity lies, and help you guys kind of figure out the lay of the land here. So go ahead, guys, smash that like button, each and every single one of you guys. Let's go. We've got about over 800 people right now that are viewing this live stream across the 4 different social media channels. That is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So guys, go ahead right now, smash that like button. Let me know how much you guys appreciate these live streams, and then we'll start to dive in. And if you have not done so already, guys, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you guys never miss a live stream, because I'm always doing live Q&As and giving you guys some really good technical analysis and educational info. All right, guys, now let's do a quick little roll call. I want to get a feel for who we have joining us here today. I want to see how many of you are not a member of True Trading Group, guys. If you're not a member of TTG, I want you guys go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now. If you are not a member of True Trading Group, go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now. All right, Matthew Amador, Kamani Williams, Milan Adamic, Trevor, my man, Trevor says, let's go. TGD, not a member yet. I like your style. David Liberato, Verducci, Corey, Robert Spot, Zaribi, David Ezra, Daniel Rose, Thomas, Robley, Melissa, Amy Jo Wheeler, Greg Vaughn, Double H, Michelle, Elements, Shafiqor, ACGS, Jonathan Hall, Jason Whitley, George Hillman, Michelle Mack, Luciano, Workout Junkies, Rich G, Arthur McConaughey, Frank Weber, Robert Escobar. We got a lot today, boy. GTM, John Mack, Zaribi, Tim Cox, Andre, Jeff Adams, Kristen Elise, Tom Tom. Woo! I can't even keep up. You guys are typing too fast. I can't even read this fast. Damn it. Vinroy, Gabriel, Gina Walker, Tim Cox, Ned Nofomo, Hugh Barrett, Trevor Byers, Tamar, Cedric Mitchell. Nice. Antonio C says, join the family, guys. You won't regret it. I already paid for my yearly membership within just 2 months of joining. Hell yeah, Antonio, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Really great stuff. Nice. Tim Cox says, I've shared these live streams. Nice, Tim. Way to go, man. Let's get as many traders on here. We can help as many as we can. That's the goal. All right. Beautiful. Awesome. We have a lot of new faces here tonight, guys. Welcome, 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 all of you. Now, if you are a member of our TGG3 trial program, okay? If you are a member of our TGG3 trial program, go ahead and type the number 3 in chat right now. If you are a member of our trial program, that is we have a 7-day trial. If you're a member of that, I want you to type the number 3 in chat right now. You got that right, Sonny. Sonny says it's first time I'm joining. You guys are no BS. You tell it. You're tell reality. Thanks, TTG. You know it. All right, some trial members here: Derek Potch, Joe Akari, Robert Holder, Luciano, Raz69, Sanjeev, Milan, Alex Ramos, Sherry Lander, Tim Cox, Jill, Adam Bashir. Mr. Magoo says you all need to sign up. There's not another like this chat room anywhere. Well worth it. Nice. Woo! Christopher McCowan. Boom, baby. My account is up 160% since joining just 2 months ago. Thank you, Mike. Christopher McCowan. Boom, baby. You got your own boom, man. You get your own boom. That's incredible. That is incredible, man. Beautiful. That's a good book. That is a good book. Nice. Shane Baptiste just joined the trial program today. Shane, welcome. Rod Elmeni says, when you sign up for the trial, where do you go to enter the chat room? Rod, when you log into your member dashboard, so when you type in your username and password you sign up with, there will be a blue button as soon as you log into your dashboard. It literally says trading chat room. You just click on that, bud. Rizwan Cohen says, guys, I joined last week. I made twice as much as what I paid. That is double his membership fee in just 1 week. Boom! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Nice. Adebayo joined on Friday. I like it. Anytime, Rod. My pleasure. Nice. Jamal Wilmore, another TC3 trial member. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff, guys. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, listen, real quick. I mean, maybe more so tonight than I think we've had in the last several weeks. I think we have the most non-TTG members that are joining us on this live stream than usual. So let me just give you guys a quick little brief, couple of minutes of kind of who I am, what TTG is all about, what you guys get access to, what's included with your membership when you guys do join True Trading Group. And then we're going to get into all the lessons on the day. We're going to talk about small cap markets next week, and we're going to talk about what I think is going to happen in the overall markets as far as retesting all-time highs and the possibility of a double top. All right. So, guys, real quick, I want to explain to you all what you guys get access to as a member of TTG, because the key thing here that you guys are getting when you join True Training Group is a professional education. All right. For those of you that typed the letters TTG in chat that are unfamiliar with kind of who I am or unfamiliar with TTG as a whole, I started my career working for a hedge fund on Wall Street, guys. We managed about $500 million. And I had to go through a 3-month educational training program before the fund let me trade a dollar of their money. Okay. And I had to go through that 3-month training program. And that education is what I have simplified, and I've created the courses on True Training Group. There's no gimmicks here. There's no shortcuts. It's just hardcore professional education. Okay. It's the same information that I learned working at a hedge fund that allowed me to go on to actually receive a Trader of the Year award in 2008. Okay. If it was not for the education I received at that fund, I would not be the trader that I am today. I obviously would have never won the Trader of the Year award, and my life as we know it today would be completely different if I never got that skill set. Okay. So as a member of True Trading Group, you guys are going to get access to our daily trading chat room that's open from 7:30 a.m. Eastern until 6:30 p.m. Eastern, where myself, the other moderators, share our screen with you throughout the trading day so you can see exactly what we're doing throughout the day. You'll also have us live on the microphone. Myself, other moderators are live on the microphone talking to you just like I'm talking to you now. And we break down our analysis every single step of the way. Break down our analysis every single step of the way. I tell you guys exactly what I'm doing, what I see, what I think is going to happen next. I tell you guys what I'm buying, where I'm selling before I actually enter the trades. All my TGD fam, they can all verify that everything I'm saying to you guys is true, that I always come on the microphone and I tell you exactly what I'm doing before I do it. All you had to do last week was be in chat because I walked traders through AGE, PPSI, GME, AREC, AGE. I walked traders through all of those trades every step of the way, telling them exactly where I'm buying before I actually bought it, and everybody was able to capitalize on all of that action. We had a 79% gain, a 43% gain, a 42% gain, a 29% gain, and a 23% gain, and a 31% gain all last week trading small caps. And I walked traders through every single step of the way live on the microphone. Then when my trades actually execute, you get a push notification in chat that lets you know that the trade is actually filled. Okay. You guys get access to all of that. Our room right now, collectively, between our moderators, that's me, that's Jason Spatafora, the Wolf of Reed Street. A lot of you guys know him. Jay Downey and Chris Toner. Those are your moderators that are with us in chat. We're sporting just under an 80% accuracy rating over the last 2 months. We're at around a 79% accuracy rating in the chat room. Included in your membership also gets you the 15 course curriculum. That's the same information that I learned working at the hedge fund. I've simplified it and I've created a 15 course curriculum, multiple chapters in each course that breaks down beginner foundation stock trading, beginner foundation options trading, advanced stock trading, advanced options trading, trader psychology part 1, trader psychology part 2, swing trading course on how to trade a market crash. We even have a course in there on how to do your taxes. You get access to all of these courses when you guys sign up. We don't have different packages or different levels. It's not like, okay, here's one bundle of packages, but if you want this bundle, that's extra. All of these courses are included with you with your membership when you guys join. You also get access to our trade simulator, so you can practice trading stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 2. So you can practice implementing what you learn in the courses, practice trading with fake money first. Okay, I recommend all struggling traders or new and experienced traders start on the simulator. You also can use our stock screener. A lot of you ask me, Mike, how do you focus? How do you develop your watch list? How do you know what stocks to focus on? Well, the stock screener can help answer those questions for you by allowing you to filter through thousands of stocks throughout the course of the trading day based on certain criteria, so you know exactly what are the hottest stocks in the day. You know where to focus your time, energy, and attention. That's going to give you the best possible chance to profit. You also get access to our stock profile tool, which is our due diligence companion. This is where you guys can enter the ticker symbol of any company that you're interested in. You'll get a downloadable PDF report with stock info, company info, financial info. We even compile for you all of the analyst ratings for that particular stock, so you know exactly how many analysts have a buy, sell, hold on whatever the stock that you are interested in. That's all included with your membership. You guys will also be able to get more than 75 hours of video content for workshops and webinars that myself and the other moderators in chat have done over the last couple of months. Okay. Now, these are different workshops and webinars that are private study groups for our members that cover different topics: swing trading, day trading, stocks, options, etc. You name it. We cover it all. Over 75 hours of additional educational content, that's included. When you become a member, you can actually join those workshops and webinars live, and you can interact with me, other members, ask questions, and interact during those workshops and webinars live. You guys will also get access to or the ability to have a free one-on-one mentor session with any one of our moderators. That's a 1 hour one-on-one diving in, just individual tutoring and mentorship and guidance to kind of break down whatever the problems are that you're having trading, identify those problems, but then also come up with solutions on how to fix them. Okay, all of the courses, guys, and all the tools, you get access to all of it. There's no upsells ever. Okay, so we come out with a new course next month. It's not like, oh, hey, new course, but that's $300. No, everything is included. We come out a new course next month. It's all included in your, membership. Okay, we also have a Banzinga Pro newsfeed. Okay, our Banzinga Pro newsfeed gives you up to the second breaking news alerts right in our chat room. I cannot tell you guys how many times that our Banzinga newsfeed has not only saved us money to allow us to exit a trade. Maybe we're in SPY calls and we get a news headline that talks have broken down between Pelosi and Secretary Mnuchin on stimulus, and the markets dip. We get that news right away, and it's allowed us to exit call options and save us from losing money. It's also given us the opportunity to make money, because when we're looking at a setup, you get a big move in a stock. We get that, a couple seconds after that break, we get that news announcement in chat with our Banzinga news feed, and we're able to jump on that because now we know there's a fundamental catalyst, and it's actually made us a lot of money over the last couple of weeks, especially going forward. This Banzinga news feed has never been more valuable than right now, because there are so many conflicting headlines with stimulus. Oh, talks are going good, talks are going bad, talks are on, talks are off. After the election, before the election, no deal, piecemeal deal. Like, there's so many conflicting headlines, and the markets are going like this every single time one of those headlines comes out. And now leading up to the election, this is only going to get more and more and more volatile. And there's going to be more and more uncertainty, and the markets are going to move more and more based on these breaking second news headlines. So that's why it's so important you guys have access to our breaking news service, which is something that we're pulling right from Banzinga Pro Newsfeed. Now, guys, we also have a Squawk Box where you can listen to the audio. You can listen to audio. There's someone that reads out those breaking news headlines to you. So if you don't want to read the headlines, you can listen to someone speak it out to you. That's our Squawk Box. Okay. We are also going to be launching our TradingView Pro charting software, where you guys will be able to actually get use out of the TradingView Pro charting software included in your membership, just like the Banzinga newsfeed. Now, just to put this into perspective for you, okay, I'm actually going to share this with you guys real quick, the membership pricing, and I want to explain to you the value that you guys are getting, because a 1-year membership is usually $2,048 for the year, but right now, it's just $11.99. That's a 41% discount when you use the coupon code TTG1020. Okay, use coupon code TTG1020. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. Okay, it's right there at the bottom of your screen. That's going to get you a 41% discount. That's going to bring it from $2,048 for the year all the way down to only $1,199. And this is something cool that we're doing for tonight and tonight only. Anyone that signs up before midnight tonight is getting a free, brand new Amazon Kindle Fire HD. And yes, we are covering the cost of shipping. Let me say that to you guys again. Anyone that signs up before midnight tonight is going to be getting a 41% discount on a membership, but also a free, brand new Amazon Kindle Fire HD. And yes, we are covering the shipping. Okay. Again, that is only up until midnight tonight when you use coupon code TTG1020. Something cool and fun that I want to do just for the YouTube community. But if you're also viewing us right now on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, you guys are in luck because I'm giving you the chance to capitalize on that deal also. I love the YouTube fam. I love all of you guys, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch as well. You join me. You guys are putting in the work. You know, you're not in bed watching Netflix or watching football. You guys are here right now learning. You're trying to figure out how to become better traders. You're trying to get yourself in the zone for this week. And I respect the hell out of each and every one of you to have the time, the energy, the dedication that we have at TTG to put in the work necessary to become consistently profitable traders. And for that, I'm giving each and every single one of you that sign up tonight a free Amazon Kindle Fire. Okay? Use coupon code TTG1020. Okay? It's a great tool to help you guys stay connected when you're on the go with trading and learning. It's just a free gift from TTG, from us to you guys. So if you're on the go, you know, you actually use our mobile app. Okay, you guys can use our mobile app also. It's something you guys get access to as a member of TTG. So you guys, even if you're not in chat, you can still follow along with what it is we're trading, see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, and get the real-time news alerts sent straight to your phone or tablet. And that's how we're going to send you guys a free Amazon Kindle Fire. Anyone that signs up tonight with coupon code TTG1020. Now, some of the tools that I mentioned to you guys before, that Banzinga Pro newsfeed and Squawk Box, if you bought that separately on your own, that's going to cost you $1,188 for the year. That's included with your membership. If you bought a real-time streaming level 1 and level 2, that's going to cost you $990 for the year. If you signed up for a stock simulator, that's going to cost you $750 for the year. And then if you signed up for the TradeU Pro charting software, that's going to cost you $720. So let me do a little math for you guys so you understand the value of the resources and tools you get access to as a member of True Trading Group. Because the resources and tools alone, if you bought them separately elsewhere on your own, would cost you $3,648 per year. That's just the Banzinga newsfeed, the Squawk Box, real-time level 1 and 2, a trade simulator, and the TradingView Pro charting software. You get access to all of those resources and tools as a member of True Trading Group. It is included for free with your membership. Now, with this coupon code, your membership is only going to cost you $1,199. But you are getting in just resources $3,600 worth. That does not include the curriculum, which is the same information I learned working at a hedge fund. That does not include the trade alerts. That does not include the one-on-one. That does not include the workshops and webinars. That does not include any of the other awesome stuff that we're doing in the month of October, because aside from giving away a free Amazon Kindle to anyone that signs up by midnight tonight, we're also raffling off a Tesla Model 3 this month, probably within the next 1 or 2 weeks. Every 300 members that we get, we raffle off a Tesla Model 3. We're also giving away 5 Asus laptops. Asus, that's the same brand laptop that I use. We're giving away 5 Asus laptops every Friday, okay, in the month of October. We are also doing a username Halloween contest where all of our members are going to be changing their usernames on October 30th. And we're going to, Adam and I, my partner, are going to choose the 10 usernames we like best. Then we're going to let our members choose. We're going to survey them. They're going to vote for what username they think is the best. It's going to be a combination of a trading, like something funny with trading and Halloween related. First prize gets $3,000. Second prize gets $1,500. Third prize gets $500. All of this is happening in the month of October. So if you guys have ever wanted to become part of True Trading Group, all while not to mention, we're going to have tremendous volatility with stimulus, coronavirus cases, and the election. If there has ever been a time for you guys to join True Trading Group, it's right now. All you need to do to be included in the Tesla raffle, the laptop raffle, and the username contest, you just have to be a member of True Trading Group. And if you use coupon code TTG1020 right now, you will get also a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. use coupon code TTG1020 right here before midnight and get that free Amazon Kindle Fire and get yourself a chance to win the Tesla Model 3. Give yourself a chance to win the $3,000 for first place on the username contest. And then, of course, guys, give yourself a chance to win a laptop, but then also get access to all these amazing resources, tools, and education to help you guys become the best traders that you possibly can. All right. Now, the other thing that I want you guys to know, okay, the entire month of October, that coupon code TTG1020 is active, but every 24 hours, the price of a membership it goes up a couple of bucks. So tomorrow, it's not going to be $11.99. Today, the price is $11.99. Tomorrow, it's going to go up a couple bucks. And by Tuesday, a couple bucks. By Wednesday, a couple bucks. Thursday, it's going to keep going up and up and up every single day in the month of October. So literally, there's never been a better time for you guys to join TTG because use that coupon code right now. Lock in the $11.99. And that's the price you'll pay also when it comes time for your membership to renew. Let's say next year our price is $2,200. You are only going to pay the $11.99, the price you guys paid today. All right. Fun fact time, guys. Okay. As if everything that I just said to you guys is not enough. Okay. As if everything I've said to you guys is not enough. We have surveyed all of our members in True Trading Group. 80%, okay, 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee cost within the first 6 months of their membership. Okay. Of that 80%, 30% of them are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee within the first 30 days of their membership. That is now me telling you everything that I just explained to you, everything that you guys are going to be able to get access to, all the raffles and giveaways that you're going to have a chance to win. Okay. I'm telling you that you can literally right now invest $11.99 in yourself right now. Get a free Kindle Fire. Okay, but invest $11.99 in yourself right now, knowing you'll have an 80% chance to make $7,000 to $10,000 within the next 6 months. That's what that statistic means. Who wouldn't take that deal? Not to mention get $3,600 worth of resources and tools included in your membership that can give you the best possible chance of profitability. That's what TTG is all about, guys. I know it sounds crazy, but my TTG members, if you are a TTG member and you're on this live stream right now, am I joking? People might be like, this sounds too good to be true. You guys, how are you giving away the Banzinga newsfeed, the Squawk Box? How are you giving away the real-time level 2? How are you giving away the trade simulator? How are you giving away the TradingView Pro charting software? If you're a member of True Trading Group, how are you guys giving away this professional education? How are you giving away one-on-ones? How are you doing all these things for only $1,199? Because learning how to become a consistently profitable trader should not be an unachievable task for the average person. And if you're a member of True Trading Group, I want you guys to comment in chat right now for those that are not yet members. Am I kidding? Am I exaggerating? You guys comment in chat, let people know your thoughts on everything that I'm telling you all right now. Okay? That's what being part of the TTG family is all about. We're constantly reinvesting back into the program, the platform, giving you guys more resources, tools, and doing these awesome giveaways. You know, guys, we're giving away a Tesla. I mean, how friggin' awesome is that? And if you don't want the Tesla, you can substitute it for $30,000 cash. So within the next 1 or 2 weeks, I'm either handing the keys of a Tesla to somebody or giving them $30,000. Now that's badass. In the meantime, we're giving free Amazon Kindle Fire HDs to anyone that signs up tonight. We're giving away 5 laptops every single Friday, and we're giving away $5,000 total on our username Halloween contest because we love our TGD fam and we always want to make sure we give back to you guys and we do a lot of cool stuff. All right. That's what being part of TGD is all about. We started the Tesla raffle, guys, about 2 weeks ago. We're already over 50% of the way there. All you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group. Okay, all you need to do is be a member of True Trading Group. So you're going to want to use coupon code TTG1020. Okay, you want to use coupon code TTG1020 to get that Kindle Fire, get the 41% discount, and access to everything that I just mentioned. Now, if you guys are still not convinced after everything that I just said to you, and you want to give us a little bit of a test run, you absolutely can do so by joining our 7-day trial, which is a one-time payment of just $3. You guys can go to ttgthree.com. The URL is right there at the bottom of your screen. That's ttgthree.com. For a one-time payment of $3, you're going to get 7-day access to our member dashboard. That's going to get you 3 days in our live trading chat room. It's going to get you 3 courses with multiple chapters in each course that are guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. It's going to get you the Banzinga newsfeed, the Squawk Box. It's also going to get you it's also going to get you guys access to our stock profile due diligence tool, and it's also going to get you access to see all of our trade history. Okay, all of our trade history. So we're an open book in TTG. All the moderators, you guys, we keep a journal of all of our trades. You can see all the wins, all the losses, all the break evens. You guys can see it all. Okay, we're a complete open book for you guys. All right. So if you're not ready to join full time, you can go to ttgthree.com, but you will not be included in. You will not get the Amazon Kindle Fire. You will not be included in the Tesla giveaway. You will not be included in the laptop giveaway. You will not be included in the Halloween username contest. If you guys want to be included in all of those things, use coupon code TTG1020 right now. All right. Now, with that being said, guys, it's time for us to get into the nitty gritty. Okay, it's time for us to get into the nitty gritty. All right, guys, now we're going to get into the lessons here on the day, which is where we are going to be discussing the small cap market. We're also going to be discussing the overall markets and what we think with stimulus and coronavirus cases. And for that, I'm going to bring in my brother from another mother, Jason, the Wolf of Weed Street, Spatafora, guys. Welcome, Jason.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Use that code right there.
Right there.
So yeah, guys, I was here on the stream. I was listening, answered a couple of your questions. I guess really consensus is, consensus really doesn't change whether we're in a pandemic or we're not in a pandemic. It's all right, well, what's this week going to do? But we are in a pandemic. We are close to an election, and there is a lot of chop in the market, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It depends on, really your perspective. It's all relative, right? One of the things that we're doing in TTG is, different strategies for different types of traders. Like my trade strategy might be different from Mike's. We can do hybrid strategies similar to, if you take me and Mike's strategy and they had like a little baby and then it was just like gains, look, for me, my perspective is just kind of like very even. All right. We did see a really nice move on pot stocks, something that we have been really waiting for since mid-July. And, we had the run up in July and we took full advantage of it to just, be as active as possible in some of those positions with the expectation that there was going to be a big pullback. Well, we got that big pullback. In trader terms, we kind of backed the truck up, and now we're really starting to see that. The last debate, we saw Kamala Harris talk about decriminalization, which honestly is kind of a moot point. We know that they didn't say anything new, but to say it on that platform just got everybody really excited. And, we were really there to just to take profit and, even get into some new positions. Now, with the overall market and coronavirus, look, futures right now pretty much flat, which is kind of par for the course the last couple of Mondays. The reason being, we're in this, this zone when it comes to proximity to the election. Okay. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter what side you like, but if you look back years, if you go back for the last 10 elections, okay, when we were in October, we're seeing the same thing. Okay. Volatility is going to be like this. Indecision is going to be this way. People are going to risk on, people are going to risk off. People are going to make decisions based off of who they think are going to win. People are going to make decisions based off who they think are going to lose. And people are going to make decisions based off of, hey, I don't know who's going to win and who's going to lose. So let me just kind of put something in a safe haven, maybe like healthcare or something like that, even though that might be a kind of bad example, but you kind of understand what I mean. So, the outlook for this week for me is, really, just to do what we've been doing in TTG. For the people that follow my trades in TTG, especially over the last couple of weeks, they've known my strategy. If you guys have followed me or listened to me on these streams, I'm just kind of like risk averse. I want to be in low volatility areas and, look for those crumbs of information that can lead to, some really nice gains. And we were seeing that in kind of, in some of the trades that Mike talked about earlier, steel, silver, the metals. We didn't trade any gold. A couple of other mods traded gold. I think Chris Toner traded a little bit of GLP puts that ended up being really nice. And really that's what we're just going to do. Now when it comes to stimulus, nobody knows what's going on. I don't know. Mike doesn't know. I don't think the people in Washington really know. The only thing that we do know is that Jerome Powell says that we need it. And I think that we all could agree, whatever our, political discourse is, or, our ideals is that, look, we need stimulus in different areas and we need to meet halfway, or we hope that the people that are making these decisions meet halfway. Now, with that said, there's definitely going to be talks like, oh, we can't meet halfway. Oh, things are getting better. Oh, well, now we can't meet halfway. We want this. We want this. I mean, it's, but this is the market.
The roller coaster ride.
It's last week was a yo-yo. This week was a yo-yo. This week is going to be a yo-yo. The closer we get to the election, it's going to be like the World Series of yo-yoing, okay? Because it's just going to go like this, Anytime we have a debate, anytime we have a town hall, anytime we just kind of get some headline coming out of Washington. But because of that, the one thing that we are in control of is how we take on risk. Like for myself, I'm trying to take the, hey, I want to be in something maybe at the beginning of the day and then just be out of it because I don't know what the future is going to hold. Last week, I got into some put options. I got into BYND puts and I got into Roku puts. And I bet if you look at a chart of either of those, you're probably saying, oh, I'm sorry, Wolf, you got destroyed. Well, actually, we crushed it, okay? And one of the things that I said was, I'm not holding these overnight. I don't want to be in puts. I was like, look, this thing could drop more. I'm like, or this thing could erase all of my profit and just destroy me. Take the profit while it's there, and I'll say a lot of things that your grandpa will say, like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, or don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But taking that approach has really been effective for me, and I think that's also why, like last week in TTG, I'm for the members, but even in my own personal portfolios, especially the ones where I'm, my options portfolio and my swing portfolio, it like made up for all of September. Yeah, because September was just like, that was just like super yo-yo. Now these are like little baby yo-yos. So, we want to go into this week off of not just the P&L from last week, but going into this week with the knowledge and what we learned from last week. And that's it. And this is something that Mike talks about a lot. And, you'll hear me talk about it and just kind of parrot what he's saying. It's that, like each week we have to get better. Like when he says to become a consistently profitable trader, this is a big piece of that. Okay. You don't become consistently profitable if you're not looking back and trying to understand not just what you did wrong. And I think a lot of people harp more on, oh, this is what I did wrong. And when they should be looking at what they did wrong and what they did right. Because trust me, it's a lot easier to lose money than it is to make money in the stock market. And if that wasn't the case, none of you would be here right now. None of you would be in TTG. None of you would be taking the TTG 3 trial or taking that discount of 41% and getting that Kindle tonight. And, probably a one-on-one with me, because look at this tan. Come on.
Guys, I'm going to jump in real quick to give an update. Regarding the Kindle Fires, guys, okay, the Kindles are first come, first serve. We have 30 that we're ready to give out tonight. There's about 16 left. There's 15 or 16 left right now, guys. So they're first come, first serve. We set aside 30 for tonight. There's about 15 or 16 left. Again, they're first come, first serve. So I wouldn't wait until midnight. If you guys want to sign up, you want that Kindle Fire, and you want to get and lock in that 41% discount, you guys want to use that code now because they're first come, first serve. So once they're gone, they're gone. Obviously, you'll still get the 41% discount, but we only have 30 that we're giving away tonight. We've got about 15 of them left. So again, they're first come, first serve. So you guys want to make sure if you want the free Amazon Kindle Fire HD, use coupon code TTG1020 right now.
Yeah, guys. I almost feel bad because it's such a good deal. But and on top of that, you're getting a one-on-one. And if, let's say, you're really interested in the cannabis space right now, as you should be, because it's a high growth area that we're just kind of getting out of this bear market that we've been in since March of 2019. And, look, a lot of you are probably carrying a lot of stuff that you wish you weren't carrying and trying to decide, well, what do I do with this? One of the things I do is I try and put the toothpaste back in the bottle, okay, and come up with a plan for you for your cat. Think of me as like a mechanic. So your pot stock portfolio, is a car, right? And it had Aurora in the front seat, Canopy in the passenger seat, and a bunch of other Canadian companies, riding in the back, and they were singing Kumbaya for a while, and then a Mack truck just hit them. Well, I might not be able to save the people, but I might be able to save the car. And if I can get that car so that you can pick up some other people and drive to a better destination, well, that in itself, plus a Kindle Fire, is worth the price of admission.
That's a grade A analogy right there.
Thank you.
That's a grade A analogy if I've ever heard one, guys. Save your car. Save your car.
You can't
So
save.
yeah, you're getting free one-on-ones. You're getting the Kindle Fire. Guys, JG, who's a TG member, just said, guys, don't worry about the Kindle. You'll make tenfold your money and then be able to give your whole family one.
Yeah, yeah, guys. I mean, like we had just a dynamite. Like I felt like we were like Mike Tyson in his prime, and not
We
just
we
not.
we were on fire last week.
Yeah, we weren't just knocking people out, but it was like somebody like threw a
Yeah.
punch. You're like,
They were like first round knockouts. I mean, we were on fire last week.
yeah. And guys, here's the best part. I got out of some positions because I was, maybe I was enjoying my streak a little bit too much, I'll say. And I was like, I'm like, man, I should have stayed in that. Um, I was like, all right, I got 20%, like on AG, which is First Majestic. I mean, great trade. And I was like, I like this, but I go, I need to focus on this. And then, like an hour later, I'm like, man, I should have just kept some because the thing just went like bonkers. U.S. Steel, okay? We got out at the very, very top, okay? We waited 2 days and then caught the bottom for another 25-30%, something crazy like that. And, new positions in pot that we had no love for, just like we weren't marrying it, but 2-day positions, one position went 35%, another position went 40%,
Yeah.
And now we're going into this week. I mean, I'm like actually hoping for a pullback. I mean, I'm looking at futures and I'm like, please just go red.
Yeah,
Silver.
we went. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but while you were talking before, we just went green.
Yeah, no, I did. I was watching the whole time. The
Yeah.
VIX when we started out was like a 1.5% green. Now it's 0.19. Small caps were doing the worst. Now they're, I mean, not even 0.1% down. And look, tech looks strong.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me actually let's break down some technicals real quick, Jay.
Yep.
I want to go over I want to go over with you guys real quick the SPY, the technical setup here on the SPY that I'm seeing, and some levels that I'm going to be looking at coming into the week. First and foremost, let's point out, okay, the reverse head and shoulders pattern that was absolute money. Okay, this reverse head and shoulders pattern, we talked about this setup last week. If you guys joined me on my live streams last week, there's your left shoulder, there's your head, there's your right shoulder, okay? And then here's your neckline. This is as clean of a reverse head and shoulders pattern that you are going to see, all right? And we broke through that neckline, and this pattern triggered on Thursday. Thursday, we broke through the neckline of this pattern. And then Friday, you got the follow-through extension move. Now, this three-day move that's a big move. This is a big move in the SPY. Okay, these 3 days, this is a big move. All right. If you want to even go back further and look at this 6-day move, okay, this is a big move, guys, without us really having a lot of consolidation. Then you can go all the way back to when the head was put in. When the head was put in, all the way down here. This is a large move in the overall markets with very short period of time of consolidation. Okay, now I think that it's very possible that this move can continue to push. Now, I don't think we are going to get up to this prior all-time high, but I think we're going to get pretty damn close. I think we could get up and test the mid 350s. Okay, what I'm looking for in the overall markets one of three things. The very near term, okay, one of three things are going to be this: quiet on the stimulus front, positive on the stimulus front, negative on the coronavirus cases and potential lockdowns. I think we are going to get some type of piecemeal stimulus. Okay. I think we're going to. I think we're going to get some type of piecemeal stimulus. Okay. I just don't think either side wants to be looked at as the reason why there's no stimulus going into the election. I don't think that the Democrats want Republicans to point the finger at them. I don't think Republicans want Democrats to point the finger at them so that there could be anything misconstrued as who's at fault on why there's no stimulus. I don't think either party wants that. And I don't think they're willing to take that risk. And it's a shame that I think the risk is more there, or is their concern is there instead of the risk of the American people. But it is what it is. I mean, this is, as traders, we have to be ready for these type of things. Okay. I think we will get some type of stimulus, even if it's just, here's a $1,200 check. Here's $25 bill for the airlines. Here's, an extended PPP. Here, anything. Okay. Where we're not going to get this full all-encompassing deal, but I think we're going to get something. And I think that something is going to be coming here pretty soon. And I think that can push markets higher. And I think that this little rally that we're experiencing could continue to go higher, where we can get up into the mid 350s on the back of positive stimulus headlines. Then, once the positive stimulus headlines gives you that move, then reality is going to start to set in a little bit, because now you're going to be, okay, well, now we got the stimulus. What's next? And if what's next becomes, oh my God, we're almost at more cases now than what we had in March and April. And you've got, New York and California, some large markets closing down economies again, forcing businesses to close. The markets will take it right back. The markets, I think, will take that move right back. And that's when you have the potential of a double top. I don't think it's going to be a clean double top, because I don't think that the stimulus is going to be enough to give us that. Okay. I don't think it's going to be enough to give us up to 359, but I think 355, 354, I think that's well within reach. If we can get some type of confirmation on some stimulus, I think that's well within reach. We'll see if we can get it. And then I'll be looking for some double top. I don't think that we're just going to blow through all-time highs before the election. I don't think so. I think we'll get some stimulus. We'll push higher. Cases will increase, potential shutdowns, double top, market pulls in, volatility continues going into the election. After the election, then you'll get like November, December, maybe vaccine news, and then the markets can push to new all-time highs. That's what I think. Okay? That's what I think. Now, if we get quiet on the stimulus front, I think you can have a pullback after this big move and a retest of 343. And then I think that's a buyable zone. Okay. This previous neckline, which is the 343 area, 342.50, that to me is a buyable area now if you get a pullback. And it has to be a pullback on quiet stimulus headlines. If we pull back because no stimulus headline, meaning nope, there's not going to be any stimulus, then forget that 343 support level. The markets are going back to 330. If there's no stimulus, we'll go back to 330. Okay. I'm talking about if we pull back to 343 on, they're still talking, things look good, but we don't have any details. Then I think 343 is a buyable area, and you look for the markets to push up into the 350s. And I think that can give you a really, really, really nice trade. Okay. But again, no stimulus. I think we go back to 330. Yes, stimulus. I think we go to 354, 355. No, nothing at all, but they're just still talking. I think we pull back to 343, and that becomes a buyable zone. Then you get some progress and some more details around stimulus, and then you push up into the 350s. And that's going to be the setup and the levels that I'm going to be looking for. And again, this is going to go back to you guys being able to have something like, okay, the Banzinga Pro news feed where you are getting up to, guys, we only have 12 left now. We only have 12 Kindle Fires left. All right. You have an hour and 48 minutes. It is first come, first serve. There are only 12 Amazon Kindle Fires left. Okay. It is first come, first serve. Use coupon code TTG1020, get the 41% discount and that Amazon Fire. So, but like I was saying, going back, this is why it's important, especially these next couple of days, next couple of weeks. It's very important for you to get up to the second breaking news. Make sure you are all my TTG members, make sure you're using your Banzinga newsfeed, because that is going to give you as real-time news as you could possibly get. And it's included right there in our chat room. So we're going to be able to pounce on the SPY knowing these levels. This is why you have to know these levels. Okay, because when that news headline drops, depending on where we are, you can be able to maneuver quickly and capitalize on these levels. Again, no stimulus, meaning deals off. I think we're going to 330. We get no headline at all, but talks are just still ongoing. I think we pull back to 343. That becomes buyable. Then if we agreed on a $1,200 check. It's going to be on President Trump's desk by 3 p.m. He's going to sign it by 4 p.m. It's going to be televised on CNBC, all the major news networks. Yay, stimulus. After hours markets push higher. We gap up the following day. We get up into the 350s, and you'll crush it. 200% gain SPY call options if that's the move that we get. But you have to have these levels in mind. You have to have this game plan in mind, and you have to have the breaking news feed that will allow you to capitalize on those headlines. So by using the coupon code TG1020, you guys get access to all of that already included in your membership. So make sure you guys use that code right now to get the 41% discount and then also the Amazon Kindle. We now have 11 left. We've got 11 left, guys. 11 Amazon Kindle Fires left. We set aside 30 to do this and give this away tonight. So the next 11 people that sign up before midnight are going to be getting included for free with their membership a brand new Amazon Kindle Fire HD, and we are going to cover the shipping cost. Okay? There are now just 11 left there. First come, first serve. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about what I just talked about with regards to the SPY?
Whoa. Well, so I have a question.
Oh, sure, Wolf.
I have a question. So you think that they'll do like line items, or do you think it's going to be maybe a bit like, let's say their wish list right now is like 5 things.
I think it's going to be line items.
You think it's going to be line items? I don't. I don't think.
You think they're going to have a bigger, like more encompassing deal?
No, I think we could get some piecemeal. I just don't. I look at it like tactically and understand like the amount of days that we have to go till the election. All right. So wait, 31 days in October. It's October 11th. Okay. So there's 23 days to the election. Okay. People are voting right now. I think that they're going to probably drag this out and like, hey, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. We're coming. You know, it's going to be like, we're going to get the Banzinga squawk. Like, Steve Mnuchin had a call with Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi
lasted an hour. They were on the phone for an hour this morning.
Yeah. Which was great. And because I think the closer we get to the election, that window is going to fade, because in this election, I think that by then people are pretty much going to make up their minds. You know, it's like, Okay, if they got a stimulus check, all right, for $1,200 tomorrow, people aren't going to get that before the election. You know, it's going to take time. So I think that I think something is going to happen. Now, with your analysis on the SPY, I agree, but I think that we're going to double top.
Me too.
Okay?
Me too.
I think that we double top. I think that we double top, and it's just going to be a chop fest into inauguration. All right, and that just kind of makes sense because when we get the stimulus, okay, right now the talk is, all right, we're getting stimulus. We're, so even if tomorrow we get stimulus, great, we rip. That's going to be amazing, okay? But then once that becomes a sell the news event, and then it's like, guess what we're back on? What topic are we going to just be talking about from there?
The election.
Not even the election. The election, yeah, but coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Because then we're going to be forced to do things, or the politicians are going to be forced to do things that they were afraid to do because of the election, which could mean maybe we shut down. Maybe we have like mandates.
If we go through another like March, April shutdown, this market's pulling in heavy.
Yeah.
There's not enough stimulus in the world.
Yeah. And
There's not enough stimulus in the world to be able to go through another 1 or 2 month total shutdown.
I don't think it would be a 2-month shutdown, but I do think that if we did shut down, that they would have to have the states would have to have like serious mask mandates and just serious controls and like penalties. Look, all we need to do is really shut this thing down for 3 weeks minimum, 4 weeks.
Yeah, we said that in March, bro.
Yeah, but you weren't real, but not everybody was sticking to it,
and no one, and not everyone's gonna stick to it this time around. Is it be different this time?
If they it's kind of, with the first one, and we were talking about this in April.
It's worse now.
We were before.
It's worse now. At least in March, everybody was scared. Now,
but you know what? By Labor Day, what were we saying? We were both. This was like one of the topics that we actually agreed on. We're like, dude, why is this going on? Like, we're just going to end up getting, the numbers are just going to end up spiking. It's going to be worse. And we're going to get into that talk of a second shutdown. But as we've gotten closer to the election, we couldn't, the party in power couldn't do that because so anyway, I think that if coronavirus becomes a topic, then people in government these are all hypotheticals, and really it's and I don't even have to get into what anybody's politics are individually, all right, because it doesn't matter. But you guys should each, the same way I am, the same way Mike is, I'm coming up with scenarios for different outcomes, okay? A Biden win, a Trump win, Republicans holding on to the White House, holding on to the Senate, Democrats holding on to the Senate, not getting, or taking the Senate, not getting the White House, Democrats taking both, and what that's going to mean, Think about this stuff now, because we are 23 days from the election, okay? And you can be objective about it, all right? The one thing that we do know is it's going to be volatile. It is going to be choppy. I think that we get,
and it's going to go, the topics that are going to create the volatility, they're just going to be one after the other.
Yeah.
The focal point now is stimulus or no stimulus. And that's what's going to be that's what's going to be the trigger for the volatility. Yeah. Once we have stimulus or don't have stimulus, right? And then once that headline is now behind us, the next headline, like you said, is coronavirus cases spiking, shut down or not shut down. That's going to be the next headline. That's going to create volatility in the markets. Once that's behind us, then you have the election, and then you're going to have, maybe we don't know who the president is. So the markets don't know who to price in, what policy, tax code, this. You're going to have so many. It's like one after the other is going to create volatility. And this is why it's going to be so damn important to have something like that news feed, because all of these headlines, all of these topics, which are going to, if this is not going to change in the next couple of days or next couple of weeks, this headline, I call it headline risk. Headline risk is like when we had U.S.-China trade tariffs and all those things going on, that's headline risk, where one day trade talks on a trade deal were going really well. The next day, the Chinese delegation got up and walked out in the middle of a meeting. Like, those are the headline risks. That's exactly what you're seeing now with Nancy Pelosi makes a statement, says, oh, talks are going well with Mnuchin. I'm hopeful we can get some stimulus this week. And then a couple, one day later or even 2 hours later, somebody else says something and says, Mitch McConnell, we're really far apart. And the markets are going like this, trying to figure out.
We had that last week.
Yeah, it was like every hour.
Yeah, it was like McConnell's like, we're far apart. And then Pelosi came in.
Oh, no, we're hopeful. And the markets are going, and the markets are trying to figure out what to do. And the point is, it doesn't matter the topic, but the catalyst is going to be there for the next couple months. Whether it's stimulus headline, coronavirus headline, or election headline, the catalyst for the volatility will be there. And as traders, we love it.
And for everybody that's here and really trying to understand, like, guys, I'm real simple when it comes to making money, trading, and investing, whatever. There's like a great line from this movie called Margin Call. You're either fast, you're fast, or you're doing something illegal. Okay, in this sense, it just pays to be fast. Okay, so it pays to have the Banzinga squawk. It pays to have 1,100 people on average that are in there on a daily basis that are all looking for the same things. Like, more eyeballs, more speed means, maybe you're in puts, okay? And then stimulus news just hits the wire, but it hasn't made it out to like the Twitter sphere, or, maybe the algo hasn't really taken note of it, okay? But if you get it, then you could make your move. This is a situation where it's safety in numbers, okay? Because either way, look, I look at it as like stimulus is going well. Oh no, stimulus is going poorly. Intraday, those create like those swings. But when we start getting real material news, okay, like I think it's probably pretty safe to say that on November 3rd, we're not going to have a clear winner, just because of the nature of like everything going on. So then what happens if you're trading on a Thursday and then it all of a sudden it comes over the wires that they've come up with a winner, And it's like, if you don't have a plan going into that, or just an overall strategy for what you're doing, it's very dicey. And it's a lot of information to kind of stuff in your brain all at once. And you're going to get into situations where you're second guessing yourself, or not accounting for certain things. But these are all the things that we're discussing on a daily basis with each other in real time, coming up with those scenarios and trying to understand, what the probabilities are based off of those scenarios. And it's a really powerful thing, especially during election season.
Yeah. Yep. Volatility is going to be there. So we'll be ready for it. Guys, real quick again, how many non-TTG members do we still have that are on here with us? If you're not a TTG member, guys, go ahead, type TTG in chat right now. Just want to see how many we still have with us. If you're not a TTG member, go ahead and type TTG in chat.
And the VIX is flat.
All right, nice. So got a nice group. Milan, Rod, Robert, Ernest, Dan, Ketchy, Poman, Landon, Jay Show, Gabriel, Teresa, Adam, GTM, Michelle, Worldwide, Gold Miner. Nice, guys. We still have a bunch of non-teacher members. Guys, join us tomorrow. Guys, join us tomorrow. Seriously, if you guys are not a member of TTG, don't forget we still have the 7-day trial. Okay, we still have the 7-day trial. All right, and that is just $3. Okay, it's $3. It's less than a cup of coffee. It's a one-time payment. It's not reoccurring. One-time payment. It's just $3. And that's going to get you 3 days in our chat room live to trade with myself and Jason. I'm telling you guys, you want to be in there. You know, if we get some stimulus headlines tomorrow, you want to be there. So make sure you guys use, you know, either use the coupon code that we put up, join the family full time, get yourself an Amazon Kindle Fire, or join us on the 7-day trial. Go to ttgthree.com. That's a one-time payment of $3. You guys can join us, trade with us for 3 days. Get 3 courses that are going to help you become a better trader and get access to the Banzinga news feed, which right now is crucial. In this market, it's absolutely crucial. With this headline risk, you need that breaking news headline service. It's right there in our chat room. You get access to it as a TTG3 trial member, okay? So again, for those that just typed TTG in chat, you're not yet a member, come join us tomorrow in chat. Do not get blindsided by some stimulus headline, whether it's good or bad. Make sure that you're ready to benefit from that volatility. Get your butts in chat tomorrow. If you guys are ready to join the team full time and you want that free Amazon Kindle Fire, you want a chance to win the Tesla, you want a chance to win the Asus laptop, you want a chance to win the Halloween contest, use coupon code TTG1020. That's going to get you a 41% discount and a chance, obviously, like I said, to win all of those raffles that we just mentioned. Okay? So it's 10:30. That just about does it here, guys, for us on this live stream. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. You know, we talked about some good stuff. You know, small cap market, real quick, guys. Small cap market, real quick. I am keeping my focus on small caps. We crushed small caps last week. Like I said, PPSI, AGE, AREC, GME. We crushed small caps last week. I am still going to be looking at small caps, but so my focus right now is I'm not looking at necessarily like mid caps and large caps. I'm looking at the SPY and small caps. That's my focus going into the day. I know the Wolf is going to be also looking at the SPY, but to base some trades on silver, U.S. steel. I know he's going to be focused on the cannabis sector. Big week for the cannabis sector last week. So I know he's going to be focusing in those areas. These are the times where there's a lot of action in a lot of different places. You want to make sure that you're able to stay focused, okay, and not get overwhelmed and be able to identify opportunity where it lies. And we're going to be ready to jump all over that tomorrow in chat. Okay? So, and Jason just lost power because there's a storm. All right, so Jason just lost power. All right, but it's okay. We're finishing up here anyway, guys. I want to thank all of you for joining me here on this live stream. You guys were great. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any more of these live streams. I will see all of you in chat tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you guys.